To call the action between the Cronulla Sharks and the Gold Coast Chargers, it's a very good afternoon to Andrew Voss.
Thank you, Ken. As we count down to Monday night, State of Origin #1, this round 9 clash from Shark Park, the Sharks and the Chargers. And I'm sad to say only a very small turnout for this match. The rain for the moment is holding off, and hopefully that will be the case for the duration of 80 minutes of football. All right then, the Sharks making their way past their cheer squad of Pirates, and the bounty today is 2 competition points, and they're undefeated at home in 1996. 4 from 4 today, looking to make it 5 from 5. Last week defeating South Sydney here at Shark Park by 18 points to 0. Their lineup for today, of course, minus Andrew Ettingshausen and Craig Greenhill on State of Origin duty. Mitch Healey fills in as captain. Their coach, of course, is John Lang. A couple of local juniors in the back row, Nathan Long and Andrew Pearson. Now the Chargers, our first chance to see them in Saturday football for 1996. Brendan Hurst is their captain, and it's a real mixture this side. They've been a competitive outfit in 96. As we look at this lineup with Hurst the captain, we've mentioned the likes of Martin Bella, Jamie Goddard. They're 2 players that have a lot of responsibility in this Gold Coast Chargers lineup. And sideline duties today with Mario Fennick. Good afternoon.
Yeah, look, Cronulla should win the game, but the important thing for the Gold Coast is by how much. Their rookie coach, Phil Economides, has done a fantastic job with them this season. They've been competitive in every game, except last week when they were thrashed by Newcastle. Surely today will be his biggest test.
Referee today in the all yellow or all gold is Neil Armand. So the referee certainly stands out. The jumper's a little similar. And we're underway with the Chargers. Right to left, Brendan Hurst gets us underway. And this Cronulla side, first touch with Bell and now Matt Rogers. And Rogers runs into the shoulder of the 5'8" Shane Kenwood. Second touch for Bell. It's a rare chance in the starting lineup. Paul Donaghy and Andrew Ettingshausen have been going very well in the centres for the Sharks. So Bell over the split rounds will get an opportunity to really impress. Former Brisbane boy. This is Treister out of dummy half. Up over the 30-metre line for the Sharks. And now Green out of dummy half. The second marker was fooled by it. Whittaker cleans up. 5th tackle for the Sharks. Some of the Chargers players weren't back to 10, but Mitch Healey gets the kick away without too much pressure. This is Odenrine, of course, former Parramatta player. I guess his greatest claim to fame was beating Martin Afire in a match race one year at Parramatta Stadium.
The Gold Coast Chargers' best performances this year have been when they've just done the simple things well. Worked through their set of 6, tackled as a pack, and had a good kicking game at the end of it. And in these conditions, that will be very important for both sides. Really got to play mistake-free football.
Bella, up over halfway he went. Treister was around the ankles. 5th tackle this time for the Chargers. Odenrine with the first kick as far as the Gold Coast side is concerned. It's a deep one for the corner, and it ends up just a little too deep. In fact, the touch judge is saying it's gone before the goal line. Well, that was a bit of a mix-up. Neil Armand was spot on, but the touch judge was saying it had found touch.
Yes, and Martin Bella, how important for him to the Chargers today to make the yards in the middle in the ruck, along with Whittaker. And for Cronulla, Les Davidson hitting the ball up there, along with Danny Lee, who's now in possession.
15 short of halfway. There's Treister for Nathan Long. We'll get nothing fancy out of Nathan Long. He will just take that ball forward at every chance to the blind side with Pearce. Oh, Bella went over the top. Kenwood was there in support as Bell gets away from Bella. Now inside the Chargers half. So 3rd set of 6 for the match. No handling errors. And Green this time with a kick down a narrow blind side. He did well to control it, Paul Green. And Odenrine back from that 10-metre zone, and Nikau the first chaser. Outstanding last week against the Rabbitohs. Tawera Nikau, and now a penalty for the Chargers. Just as you give the player a rap, Tawera Nikau concedes.
A very classy player is Nikau. Likes to get on the fringe of the ruck. A good ball player. There's the penalty given away by Nathan Long, going in for the 2nd tackle to push Odenrine back onto the deck. And a good decision there, Odenrine. Pretty good kick there. He's picked up a good 35 metres to take it 40 out.
Over the years, the clashes between these two sides, not much joy for the Gold Coast. Firstly, the Giants, then the Seagulls, and now the Chargers. They've won only one match out of the 12 occasions they have played. That win was back in 1989. And now he goes Goddard. Stands in the tackle of Lee, offloads for Ellis. Good support play from the number 7 for the Chargers. And a chance to get this drive going now as Fuller, a rangy back rower, Tim Fuller. They're 25 metres out from the line. Ellis for Kenwood. Kenwood kicks off the left boot, and really a nothing kick that one. Peachy was in possession, but gave his chasers no chance to get through. The Sharks with a chance to run it out of trouble. Bell playing it. Now Nathan Long again.
I wish someone would teach him how to spin out of a tackle. He just picks the first bloke in front of him and runs as hard as he possibly can. Nathan Long.
Do you predict a long career, Steve?
No.
Treester. One off the ruck, Denny Lee. Nothing fancy from either side. This is the defence we've heard so much about from the Gold Coast. They're showing it early in this match. And Healy's kick, not his biggest. Odin Ryan from the 30. Bell and Long make the tackle. It's the Gold Coast with those 3 wins under their belt. That was Henry Silovale who carried forward. It is a wrap for them that you can applaud their losses. Their best performances really have been the matches they've lost, aside from those 3 wins. As now away goes Hurst up to the 40. 3-point loss to the Roosters, and a 4-point loss to Manly. That's not bad form as Kenwood. And then away with Nikau.
And Cronulla don't look as enthusiastic as I've seen them over this year. Their defensive line not moving quickly up on the Gold Coast, and they're making easy yards.
Well, Kenwood, under all sorts of pressure, got the kick away. And Peachy from inside his own 20. It's almost a welcome back to first grade for David Peachy today. The star of the pre-season competition in 95. He was injured come round 6.
A very dangerous attacking player as the Cronulla side get their first penalty, another play the ball infringement. Did a good job, Shane Kenwood, to get a kick in there under all sorts of pressure. And for Cronulla, you're talking about maybe a lack of enthusiasm, as the penalty is shown here. It's always very difficult going into matches that you are expected to win and expected to win easily. Although you don't read the papers and try not to listen to people, somehow it gets into your mind that, well, this mightn't be as tough as taking on the top sides.
Davidson has drawn a penalty inside the 10 from that tap, so the Chargers are on the back foot now.
Well, they're the sort of penalties that kill you in a game. You go from having a team pinned down on their own 20-metre line. And Green will probably find touch about 20 metres out. The Sharks will be on the attack.
He will block her, in fact, just outside the 20, and Davidson will get it inside. No Green as they spread it for Healey now, and Healey, a second-man play. Peachy into the line, and Nikau makes the tackle. No panic from the Gold Coast defence as the Sharks look to spread the ball. He goes Long. And that's 3 hit-ups, and 3 times he's been dealt some treatment. Treester with Green now for Healey. Nice sharp passing from the Sharks. Nikau stands, offloads with Donaghy now. Turns the defence around and then steps inside Odin Ryan. Oh, that was a little easy for the Sharks. And the home side have grabbed it by the throat this match. They lead 4-0.
And it was again Nikau on the fringe of the ruck causing the problems. He attracted the number 4, Chris Curry, in. They go wide through Green. Quite a good defensive line as we freeze play there. This player on the other side of Nikau has had to come in field. That allowed space on the outside. As play continues, the ball is offloaded, and straight away well, there was an overlap, but it wasn't needed in the end. Good work from Jeff Bell to step a couple of players.
And Peter, you've got to say that it was a poor attempted tackle from the fullback here, Lee Odenryan. He comes into play now. Have a look at this. You're touched.
I don't know if he did touch him.
They let him score pretty easily.
There's Jeff. A try to the Sharks. Jeff Bell, of course, was the try scorer. Former Brisbane boy. And now Rogers from 15 out, the left footer. And he's added the extra 2, bangs that one over. So the Sharks off to the start they wanted, 6-0 over the Chargers.
Excuse me, where have the people all gone?
Origin, mate.
Don't be the only one left on the streets. 7:30 Monday, the biggest television spectacle of the year. Untamed, unrivaled Origin, live on 9.
There's an Australian airline that can fly you to over 90 destinations in 27 countries on 5 continents. It's not just Australia's leading airline, it's the airline recently named Best in the World. The airline that you know best.
I'm as fit as a fiddle. I could live till I'm 90.
Oh.
What do you mean, oh?
Well, I was going through our finances and I started to think about our situation. To me, looks like we can only afford to live till we're 70 or so.
What? Even with the kids off our hands?
Yeah, well, that's all our super allows for.
National Mutual, securing the most important future in the world. Yours.
If you're into today's technology, have we got the store for you? Dick Smith Electronics. All the famous brands in home entertainment, communications, computers. Help to find exactly what you're looking for. Loads of expert advice, the very latest products, the widest choice, the brightest, friendliest store. Even our new annual catalogue is bigger and better. For today's technology,
Kangaroos and the Lions battle for the Ashes, but there's one thing they all agree on. Australia's best rugby league store is without doubt Peter Wynn Score.
If you don't score here, you'll never score.
Tracksuits from $99, footy jumpers from $49, the famous brands Classic, Canterbury, Sport M, full-bore t-shirts from only $10. Plus all the accessories. If it's Australian kangaroo gear, you'll get it here at Peter Wynn Score.
Even if you're not an eel, I'll do you a deal.
Peter Wynn Score, Church Street Mall, Parramatta.
What do all these cars have in common? Bridgestone tyres, fitted as original equipment. So when it's time to replace, don't be sold on anything less. Just call into your nearest Bridgestone tyre centre. Now that's confidence, with a capital B.
Toyota gives you big business buying power. Trade up to a new Toyota now and get big factory bonuses. Until June 30, your Toyota dealer gives you big business buying power.
Oh, what a feeling.
See your local Toyota dealer.
Back with the Gold Coast Chargers and Hurst. Driving it deep for that corner. And Peachy picks out long. Goddard, and over the top was Fuller. So the Sharks, after that early try, now running the ball out from their own 20 with Davidson. Tracks 3 defenders that time. This is Tawera Nikau. Nice little step. Bella was able to hang on in the tackle. Jeremy Sloss, the lock forward, also there. Now Denny Lee. Short of halfway now as Pearce. Dummy DeLong. The defence held off. That's 5 tackles for the Sharks, who've made good ground in this set of 6. With Healey on the last, away from Ellis. And that kick, Odenrine allows to bounce, which is a dicey play, and then cut down in the tackle. Paul Donaghy really following through at some pace.
Well, that'll be the sign that Mitch Healey is certainly looking for. Odenrine allowing the ball to bounce will give his chasers a little bit of confidence.
And there is no doubt we will see tries scored today via kicks.
Martin Bella. Doing what he does best. At 10 metres without hit up. One off the ruck is Jeremy Sloss. He's an Ipswich junior. The lock forward, again one of their best performed players this year. Comes back for Odenrine with a kick. Straight down the throat of Peachy. Now he's a dangerous runner from this position. He decided to sidetrack, change his course of attack. Mario Fennick, the Chargers defence. What's your impression?
Yeah, look, the Chargers defence is pretty solid, really. It was only a one-on-one miss that resulted in that try. Their next 10 minutes are going to be important. They just have to make sure they go steady as they go and make no mistakes.
I swear by the end of this match, Nathan Long will have no head. Now, They've gone a little overboard in the tackle, the Chargers.
Yeah, Shane Kenwood has just thrown a little, looked like a left, and straight in front of the referee and the touch judge. Here's Nathan Long again. And there's the little left arm, not needed, just silly stuff really. 3 tackles had already been completed. He'll give away another set of 6 here and also about 30 metres.
Well, it has been the infringements that have cost this Chargers side 2 penalties just a little bit earlier for silly play, and now that little hand over the top of Long. Wouldn't have done anything, just parted his fringe back.
At least when you used to do it, Flock, it was hidden, you didn't see it.
No, you do a fair dinkum.
Here comes Davidson on the charge from the tap. And not a bad tackle either by Kenwood. Had the full head of steam up. Lee follows up for the Sharks. Professional approach from the Sharks, their game plan today. Nathan Long, they're wearing the Chargers down. They've got themselves now 10 metres out from the Chargers line. They lead 6-0. Green. Can he bring Nikau into the play? He doesn't. Kenwood able to hang on. 8 metres out now. Nikau from dummy half. He dummied to Lee. Spins away, not from Fuller. And held up. They've used up 5, the Sharks. Healy's in position for the kick. Treaster, another option for the Sharks. Into the in-goal area. The Chargers have to clean up, but that's the perfect set of 6, what the Sharks wanted.
Yeah, some good options there. Healy, normally the kicker. Little dummy half. Treaster gets out from dummy half. Looked like he was aiming for the left-hand upright. Good kick through and a good chase from Healy to clean up in the in-goal area.
And obviously the advantage here of the dummy half kicking is that all the chases are immediately onside. Good football from both teams. It was a good kick and it was very well picked up by the Chargers players. Nathan Long gets a head of steam up. At least he ran to one of the smaller players in Jeremy Schloss on this occasion.
25 out from the Chargers line then. Treaster to the left side with Davidson. Doing their best, this Chargers defence, to hold on to what has been a bit of an onslaught in attack now. Sharks plenty of possession. Peachy 10 out from the line. Treaster. Green. Wide pass for Healy. Dummied inside for Bell and then spun away from the attempted tackle of Ellis. Projected out of the tackle. And Treaster turns it straight up the centre. Davidson. Fuller over the top with that tackle on the fit. Where will the kick come from this time? It's with Healy. Again, the grubber kick. This time, Cronulla almost there. It's still on for the Sharks. Nikau just fails. And back for a line dropout.
We've got to give the Chargers a rap for their defence here. It's the second set of 6 Cronulla have had at their line. Healy, the man putting in the kick. Whittaker takes him out. Some sloppy play there in the in-goal area. Nikau trying to stretch out. Just couldn't get to the football.
Line drop out 2 for the Chargers. And Peachy, back he'll come. He has got a step, David Peachy. Fuller and Goddard make the tackle. 25 out from the Gold Coast line. Treaster now with Davidson. Very impressive in the early stages, Les Davidson, of this match. Plenty of hit-ups. Now Green. Nikau. Run around play with Green. The defence was right up there on the 20 with Denny Lee. He'll steal 10 metres. Now 10 out from the Chargers line. In search of their second try for the match, the Cronulla-Sutherland Sharks with Green and Healy for Bell. Kenwood over the top, talking about good efforts. Kenwood in defence. Now Healy again on the last. This time they try the high ball and it's back angled towards the post. There's plenty of Chargers there. Have they come up with it? They have. Henry Sulavale. And we're back to the 20, so they've saved the situation again.
The kicking game has been tremendous from Cronulla. 2 grubber kicks into the in-goal area. This time the bomb. And the bounce of the ball favoured the Chargers, but you have to say that the man who caught the football had plenty of teammates there to help as the Chargers weathered that storm, and that was the important 10-minute period that Mario Fennick was talking about, but now a mistake puts them under more pressure.
Yeah, and good play there from Nathan Long to hit over the top. He's got that man on the ground now. Des Clark it is. Beautiful tackle over the top here from Nathan Long, and he's been very impressive in the first half, already making 7 hit-ups and 5 tackles for his team.
Or Des Clark, we just got a shot of Tim Fuller coming from the field. Clark had been on for all of 10 seconds when he was creamed in the tackle. So back under pressure, Bell and away to Donaghy, and Donaghy's lost it this time. Ball just slipping out of the grasp under the attentions of Chris Curry, the centre, and a rest now for Marty Bella as well for the Chargers.
Needs to be very careful, Chris Curry, that he doesn't allow his opponent outside him. That time he was able to come in with a pretty good shot. Force the ball loose. The Chargers win this scrum, 30 out from their own line. Kenwood juggles, steps back inside, beats one, and has tackled 38 out from his own line.
I'm impressed with Shane Kenwood so far as Nikau. Big tall centre, apparently a Parramatta junior. Jason Nikau played in the Group 18 competition last year with Runaway Bay as Plowman on the field now in 16. Easy figure to recognise. Brett Plowman, plenty of him. Now Jeremy Sloss with a bit of open space inside the 40. It's been a while since they've been there, the Gold Coast Chargers. Goddard for Kenwood, running behind the back of Hurst. They're now 30 metres out from the Sharks line, and it's tackle 5 with Ellis. Pressure came from Green, and Ellis gets a grubber for the sideline, and it probably wasn't his first intention, but made 20 with a kick.
No, it's not the kind of kick you want in your opponent's danger area. The pressure of the chase has forced Ellis into picking up the sideline. Down this end of the field, you either want to be putting the bomb up and giving yourself a chance of scoring a try, or getting the ball into the in-goal area and a chance of another set of 6.
No problems with the scrum as and almost a high tackle came from Curry. He crept up certainly a little high. It was a very loose arm in the tackle. The Sharks on their own 20. It's the replacement player, Dion Cope. Now with Pearce. Was leaping into the tackle. Again was that man Kenwood. This is Davidson. Certainly fired up today, Les Davidson. A comment from Mario Fennick shortly on Les Davidson, an old South Sydney teammate of his. Played with Les Davidson when he was at really the peak of his career back in '86 when he made the Kangaroo Tour as Healy. Able to run and get a kick on the run with Odenrine inside the 20. I don't know about Lee Odenrine at fullback. He's a little bit of a heart-in-mouth player. Hasn't got the best of hands at times, Lee Odenrine.
And of course, that fullback find it harder to get outside the man into open spaces. That's the mistake.
We'll take a break. The Sharks lead the Chargers 6-0.
In tonight's edition of National 9 News.
A teenager accused of threatening students with a gun, the plan to put pokies in our pubs, and the Aussie race caller winning in America.
National 9 News with Dina Boone tonight.
We all try to ignore a chip in our windscreen. It doesn't help it go away, though. And it could end up costing you a whole new windscreen. But if you act quickly and call Windscreens O'Brien, we'll check it's safe to repair, according to the Australian standard, then fix it permanently. So well you'll have trouble seeing where it was, all without replacing your windscreen. And that could save you a lot of money. Call Windscreens O'Brien now for any car, any glass, anywhere.
The ultimate Blues State of Origin side has been commemorated in the ultimate State of Origin jersey. The biggest names in the greatest game of all have signed their jersey, which is presented in this sensational frame. Each signature is an original, just like the bloke himself. That's 13 original signatures and framed for $950. This is a limited edition of only 500. Phone 1-800-023-029 to order now.
You look for ages for the right one.
Some you couldn't live in.
But once you've found it, you just want to pay it off. We want a loan that's flexible and convenient.
With no account-keeping fees.
Maybe help to organise our insurance.
Most of all, we need a low rate.
Home loans from 7.25%. For a new approach to savings, loans, investment and insurance, call 13 11 55. Suncorp, more for you.
This is the new Suzuki GSX R750. The breathtaking 750 production motorcycle you and the world have dreamt about. A racer replica that's so advanced in every way, you can sum it up in one word. When you ride the GSX R750, don't bother looking back. No one's even close.
It's a real Japanese restaurant. Take off your shoes.
Uh-oh. Foot odour. Odour Eaters and Souls now have 3 odour destroyers to neutralise sweaty foot acid that causes foot odour.
No more foot odour.
Odour Eaters Insoles.
Ignore a chip and it could cost you a new windscreen, but it doesn't have to. Windscreens O'Brien can check if it's safe to repair according to the Australian standard, then fix it permanently, and that could save you a lot of money. Call Windscreens O'Brien now.
Hey, it's Super Saturday with a king-size bag of stars.
They're just out of this world.
Supermodel Linda Evangelista with Lionel Richie and Jackson Brown. And be watching for your chance to win a Qantas trip for two to Frankfurt. Hey, live on 9.
Welcome back. Drop ball from Henry Silvale leading to this scrum, and Cronulla knocked back from Green and back to the left side of the scrum, and Whittaker breaks from it to make the tackle.
Well, I would like to see Peachy get involved in the football match a little bit more than he has from fullback. We know what an exciting player he is from that position. He might get his opportunities a little bit later on.
Well, the situation right now is Cronulla, with that penalty, have a shot at goal from 28 metres out, basically directly in front of the uprights, as you can see. The Gold Coast, a couple of errors compounding here.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, this one. He penalises Whittaker, the marker, for just using his knees to push the player back down onto the ground. It's a fairly tough call against him, to be quite honest, as Trista got out of dummy half.
You are allowed to stand your ground there. I think that's all Whittaker was doing.
Matt Rogers, son of one of the very best Steve Rogers. 1 from 1 for today. 192 points last year. And that kick gets another 2 to the Sharks' tally. So Cronulla, they lead the Gold Coast now by 8 points to 0. At the 19-minute mark, Mario Fennick on the sideline on Les Davidson.
Yeah, look, Cronulla, Johnny Lang's got a great professional side here, led by Les Davidson, as you said before, and Danny Lee, who takes it up all day. The Gold Coast have got the benefit of a good breeze, so let's hope they can use it in this first half.
At the moment, it's a possession problem for the Coast. Cronulla have had plenty, and a number of times that's been the Gold Coast doing.
And you've only got to have a look at the tackle counts. There's a strong charge there from Dion Cope, takes him to halfway. 64 tackles up against 28, and that's why the scoreline is 8-0.
Pearce up to the 40. Determined running. Now Trista will help himself to another 10. Now on the Gold Coast 30. 5th tackle for the Sharks with Healey. He can boot a ball, Mitch Healey. That one could be a little too deep. Odenrine under no pressure. Says thank you. And back to the 20.
And he wouldn't be really happy with that. Quick restart from the Chargers. Good front on tackle there from Les Davidson. I think Odenrine will be wanting to start it that quick again.
I love the snigger blocker whenever there's the big hit. Now Goddard. Well, plenty of commitment from the Gold Coast. You certainly can't question that in the early stages.
Yeah, there is, but the support play in the forwards, I don't think they've offloaded the football and won. There's an offload from the 5'8"
Kenwood.
there.
Plowman put it down.
Oh, hold the phone block.
What I was trying to say is you've got to sort of upset the opposition in defence. Try and offload a few balls there to get them in two minds. Here's Danny Lee going around on the blind side.
Yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. He's a good prospect, the 5'8", Kenwood. Moves nicely. The man who got the first ball away on that occasion, he does seem to be their prime attacking weapon.
Now able to sort of push a pass out the back. No advancement, though, for Trista. Peachy with Green. Well, he held the pass back. They all fell for it, and Bateman, and he's called a shepherd here. Well, I don't know whether Green actually ran behind the man. Donaghy certainly came into the play.
Again, the important thing is whether the defender was put out by Green's running. Throws the dummy, goes across field, and I didn't see, well, maybe the number 4 had a few problems, Chris Curry, but that was more with Donaghy than Green.
Let's see if they can mount any pressure now with a good kick on the end of it to try and trap Cronulla in their in-goal area. If they don't put a try on from this set of 6, try and have back-to-back sets at them.
The 2nd minute mark, and the Chargers with their best chance inside the 20. Kenwood with Des Clark. I said earlier Plowman had dropped it. It was Clark, his 2nd drop ball for the match. Is Goddard. This is Plowman. And he does drop the hip. Trista did well. Front on defence. Goddard. Back for Ellis. They switch the point of attack now with Hurst standing in that tackle. 8 metres out from the Cronulla line.
The other person to watch at this area is Jamie Goddard from dummy half. Scoots well.
Oh, Plowman tried to propel himself over the try line from 5 out. Ellis puts a kick over the top, which is way too deep. Pressure came from Danny Lee, but not a good kick from Kevin Ellis.
Yeah, he took his time there, Ellis. That's what they were looking for, try and get the football back. But Danny Lee, good chase from marker. Les Davidson lines up again for another charge.
Here's the kick, one bouncing over the dead ball line. In the meantime, Cronulla back to their 30 with Dion Cope. And they brought a whole host of players from Brisbane to the Cronulla-Sutherland Sharks. They thought Cope was the pick of them. He's had an interrupted run through injuries. As it is, it's a rare first-grade appearance today. One to look out for, the number 15. Here's Danny Lee. Kenwood makes tackle number 12 for the day. Green. In support was Nikau. Fifth tackle this time for Cronulla. 35 out from the Chargers line with Healey. They're just moving the chess pieces, the Cronulla Sharks. As Sulavale gets away down the right flank. There's plenty of Henry Sulavale.
Yes, and I've seen Cronulla play a number of times this season. Green starting to run, that can only spell danger for the opposition.
There's Clark up to halfway for the Chargers. Kenwood. He ran straight into the defence, Shane Kenwood. We're on the Sharks 40. Brendan Hurst, the captain. Captain in the absence of Dave Watson. New Zealand international. As Ellis juggles and loses the ball. Almost a classic catch after he spilled it the first time.
Kevin Ellis hasn't played much football in the top grade this season. This may be his first start in the run-on side. The kick earlier was a poor one, and that was just an unforgivable mistake, taking the eye off the ball and taking all the pressure off.
And he's got the hook too, Pete.
It'll take long.
Stuart Topper now on at halfback for the Chargers as Cronulla trying to attack from that scrum. Trying to work the play down the right. Bell it was, and now Nathan Long. And it is again the three defenders. Some heavy treatment. Goddard and Bella. Rogers now away for the new man, Gavin Jones, former North Sydney Bear. Used essentially as an interchange player with the Sharks as Nikau away, and there's half a gap there for the Sharks, covered up there by Nikau and also Pat Savage on Dion Cope. Second hit up in this set of 6 for Jones, and you heard the oomph from the Chargers defence. Fifth tackle on the 30-metre line with Green. He puts a grubber kick behind the line. Healey on the chase. Topper. He juggles and takes it. Now, no report from the touch judge. Green was taken out of the play heavily. They allowed to continue. Henry Sloss now steps away from Green, who his senses back together, I'd say. He looks a bit groggy, Paul Green, the 7 for the Sharks.
Well, let's have a look at, see if he was hit late. That's one of those touch and go ones. I thought it was okay.
The Chargers with Topper. Floats the pass for Kenwood. And Pete floats a pass also to Nikau.
Well, that's a terrible play from the Chargers there. Sydney Harbour Bridge passes. The hand not quick enough through the hands at the moment.
Oh, Fuller, he's come up with the air swing, trying to get the kick away. We'll take a break, 8-0 to the Sharks.
Watch, listen and win a trip for a family of 4 to LA Flying Qantas, including 7 nights accommodation. You'll visit the set of Lois and Clark, ride the super new roller coaster Superman the Escape, and have fun with $2,000 spending money. Plus, we're giving away $1,000 cash and sensational Lois and Clark Super Packs. All you have to do is watch Lois and Clark 7:30 Tuesday on Channel 9 and listen to Wendy Harmer and the Morning Crew on Today FM Wednesday morning for your big chance to win.
Ansett Australia's winter takeoff fares. Kuala Lumpur $1,149 return. Osaka $1,637 return. For details, see your travel agent or call Ansett Australia on 131414 now.
Nick Scali's $3 million stock clearance ends Sunday. This is your last chance to save 10 to 50% off. To clear all floor stock, Nick Scali will beat any advertised price. This weekend only at Nick Scali Furniture, Auburn and Tuggerah.
Hello, dear. Just called to see how you're settling in.
Hi, Mum.
Very nice. You don't mind, do you, dear? Oh, a view. And en suite.
Are you sure you can afford this, dear?
Yes, Mum.
You have done well.
With Medibank Private Blue Ribbon 100%
Anyway,
cover,
your little present.
there are no additional hospital costs, so you can afford the additional comfort of individual treatment.
So, when are you going to visit me?
I feel better now. If you're into today's technology, have we got the store for you? Dick Smith Electronics. All the famous brands in home entertainment, communications, computers. Help to find exactly what you're looking for. Loads of expert advice, the very latest products, the widest choice, the brightest, friendliest store. Even our new annual catalogue is bigger and better. For today's technology,
Can't sleep.
I'm worried about Jenny. Jobs are so hard to get. And she'll need a car, a house, insurance.
And she'll have children.
Exactly. And then she'll have to think about investment and superannuation. Who's going to help her do all that?
Relax. Merck's taken good care of us. I'm sure Jenny will be just fine.
Most us were expert to ontum or nutch, to nonven or oozing out too. A joint to worry out anymore. Us to go ops, mus and on tratori. Next time, tunk to square.
Welcome back. Cronulla 5 metres short of halfway. This is Dion Cope. Chargers not able to get a kick away on that previous set of 6. Their own errors making it a tough road for them. Gavin Jones up to the 40. Priester, for Long. Nathan Long, same again. Just wind him up. Jeremy Sloss made the tackle. Treester, left side with Denny Lee. Cronulla now on the attack just outside the Chargers 20, and they lead by 8 points to 0. Healey with Green. Long pass. Nikau couldn't handle. It was dropping that pass. I think Green just looked up and said, sorry, mate.
And Martin Bella leaving the field for the Chargers, shaking the head as you see how Nikau came up with the drop ball. Martin Bella appears to have a problem with the left shoulder. One game short of the double century in his career. It's been a big effort from the big man.
Throw in 9 test matches and 21 State of Origin appearances too for Marty Bella. On the scrum, the attack comes from Kenwood. Good to see the sun here at Shark Park. It wasn't looking promising early in the day. Plenty of rain. Ground has come up quite well. Odin Ryan, pass away the defence there with Nikau. Also Jones. The tackle on Gillard. Topper, a couple of dummies. None fallen for. Now 5 metres inside Sharks territory with Goddard and Kenwood. Kenwood, a little left footer. Kenny beat Rogers to the ball. He can't. Rogers just took the play of getting to the ground, getting down to that ball.
Yeah, gee, read that kick well. It was a good chip through there from Kenwood, just trying to mix the play up a bit. But he read it well. Young Rogers to cover up on the inside. And this Gold Coast Chargers team goes up all right in the middle of the ruck, but just on the fringes. They tend to hang back a bit. I don't think it'll be long before we see a couple of breaks being made there.
Cronulla on halfway, and Denny Lee straight through the centre of the ruck. Again, he made 10 metres, Denny Lee. 5th tackle for Cronulla with Dykes, who's on in 16. That kick for Silavale. He's had one run with the ball, and this time he goes for a gallop over the 20. Looks very powerful, Henry Silavale. Oh, Odenright's coughed it up. And here's a quick turnover now for the Sharks, and Donaghy gets inside the 20. Oh, the Gold Coast coughing up just too much ball. And one thinks there'll be a try shortly as Jones stood in the tackle, couldn't offload. 15 out from the Chargers line. Away they go with Dion Cope. He brushed away from one would-be tackler. Now 5 out from the line. The Sharks lifting in this set of 6. They can smell points. Green. Long ball for Healey. Nikau on his outside. Here it comes, is it? Nikau dummies. Looks for a man, picks up Bell. Bell slips the pass for Rogers. Miraculous pass. And Rogers dives over in the corner. Good stuff from the Cronulla Sharks.
Yeah, that's a great try. Tremendous ability to keep the ball alive. A flick pass involved was tremendous. Here's the turnover from Lee Odenryan, who is a dead-set winger, and that's where he should be. Nikau cleaned up, and he was also involved in this try. Long passes here to Nikau. He throws the dummy, goes straight through. Now, there's plenty of cover there, but the beautiful flick pass to Jeff Bell, and he did a good job to get it out to Matt Rogers.
Yes, and they just didn't have the numbers there on their left-hand defence. Pat Savage had to come in and try to make the tackle, and Rogers an easy passage to the try line. This is Nikau, throws the dummy on the outside. He fell for it too, Nikau. And here's the flick pass out the back door, and the quick hands from Bell, which allows Rogers on the outside of Savage there, the easiest of tries.
Yeah, see, I think they did have enough defence there, but Nikau attracted 3 defenders.
So Matt Rogers has this kick. Looks tough, right from the sideline, 21 out. He certainly made a good fist of it. Matt Rogers falls short of the crossbar. So 12 points to 0, Cronulla over the Chargers.
Conversion unsuccessful. The Cronulla Reebok Sharks 12.
21-minute mark, you're looking at a replay of the Sharks' second try. Some good passing, wasn't it? That one straight to Matt Rogers. Savage a little too late. So Matt Rogers, a personal tally of 8 points for the day now. The Gold Coast, those errors mounting, makes it a tough job. Hurst with a restart. Fiji and back come Cronulla. Buoyed by that second try and a 12-0 lead, Dion Cope. Good work from the interchange players, what we've seen, Cope and Jones.
And that's how professional this Cronulla side is. They do all the little things well. Chase and marker, quick play the balls, only made 2 mistakes in the first half so far.
Gavin Jones over the 30. Keen for work, Gavin Jones. Now Denny Lee. He's got the left arm free. It was knocked down by a Gold Coast player. It's gone back for Whittaker. Denny Lee thought the pass was on, but there was plenty of the Gold Coast jumpers there. Hard in one word to sum up the Gold Coast jumpers. Jade, purple, black. Now they've lost it again on the third tackle. Turnover for Green, and they've got the numbers on the left. They should be able to cover up, although Donaghy gets beyond the 40-metre line. Mario Fennick on the sideline as Bateman goes for a dummy half. Mario?
Yeah, look, the Chargers have been made to pay for their mistakes. Cronulla have had all the possession, but you can't question their commitment, the Chargers. Let's hope they can hold on before half-time.
Indeed, at 12 points to 0, Cronulla. They've set up camp in the Chargers half as Jones is almost in the tackle there. Gillard in 14. Now 35 metres out. Nikau this time has dropped it. It looked a little simple. It's a good trio though, all the same, even allowing for that error, having around that scrum base, Nikau, Green and Healey. They're the ball players. Tim Fuller coming off for the Chargers. Really bandaged, Tim Fuller. Gold Coast from this scrum with Kenwood. The ground to be made, is it on the left? Shut down that attacking run from Gillard. Goddard now for Bella. So maybe had a needle when he came from the field. What appeared to be a shoulder injury, but he's back out there now as Topper with it.
And that's what they need to do, some more runs like that from Marty Bella. His other forward pack members should get in line and do the same thing.
This is Gillard. He puts a kick. It ricocheted off the legs of Long, and then Bateman's lost it. Here's a chance for the Chargers. Inside the 20, and Sulavale has lost it. Was it Sulavale? I don't think it was, as a matter of fact, but in any case, the bottom line, the Chargers lost it when a try was on.
Yes, Brett Gillard got the rebound that he wanted. Chris Curry, I thought, threw the ball too early as Matt Rogers picks up some easy metres in the middle of the ruck. Gillard coming from open to blind, kicks straight off Nathan Long's foot, knocked on there by Bateman. And this is Chris Curry. He threw the football, and Peachy was already on his way towards the outside man.
And they come back with Denny Lee. 40 metres out from the Chargers line. That was most definitely their best chance. And by rights, probably should have been a try. They would have gone close to the corner. Fifth tackle for the Sharks. Treaster for Healey. Healey runs up to the line, tries the chip over the top. It bounces away from Sloss. And Sloss has just managed to dive on the loose ball. This is Pat Savage, a former Bronco, up to the 20.
The important thing now for the Chargers as we go into that danger period, the last 5 minutes, is to make sure their line is kept intact. 12-0 down, 2 converted tries. It's still not an insurmountable task in the second half. And even better if they could put something on just before half-time. Marty Bella now in the middle of the ruck takes on Danny Lee straight through Matt Rogers.
Rogers slipped then, almost tripped Marty Bella. Entirely accidental as Odenrine. That kick, he doesn't find any space. Peachy had plenty of time to get under it. Now he's going to try and link up with Bateman. And lovely grass-cutting tackle from Topper. Tackle from Stuart Topper. Now Bateman gets his chance. Up to the 30 for the Sharks. Long wants the ball now. He'll make another 10. Nathan Long. Inside the final 4 now, the first half. Optus Cup football. Round 9, and the Sharks looking to take their season's tally to 12 competition points, and at the moment they're in the box seat to do that. Oh, he's tried to play it forward, Treaster, and made an absolute mess of it. It'll be a changeover for the Chargers.
Yes, and well read there from Treaster. Saw Marty Bella not getting back into the defensive line and ran straight at him from the dummy half area. Here's the knock on. Could well have been a penalty. Marty Bella still trying to hang on to Treaster, the knock forward. See if the Crushers can get into Cronulla's half before half-time.
Chargers block. Here's Bella, or Belly as we call him now. 5 metres inside Cronulla's half. Kenwood. One off there is Brendan Hurst. He just loops a pass out of that, and Kenwood on the bounce. He goes for a grubber kick. Now here's a chance for the Chargers. Oh, Peachy takes the ball out of the end.
What a catch.
That was excellent work from Kenwood. Not far out from half-time. The little kick through. If he'd got a better strike on the second attempt as Matt Rogers brushes through his tackle, it could have been a try. But unfortunately, it popped straight into the hands of David Peachy. Just got the wrong bounce at the wrong time.
And let's give a rap too to Hurst, the captain of the Chargers. He's the only one that's looked like offloading the football. There's a lost ball there. I think you'll find it will be a knock-on. Pearce lost the ball, trying to get up to play it quickly.
Good work from the touch judge to tell the referee so.
Well, it's late in the half, but it's still an opportunity for the Chargers. It's the error. Gold Coast deep from this scrum. Can they win it first of all? Topper for Kenwood. A lively customer, certainly. Odenrine, then for Nikau. Oh, careened in the tackle of Paul Donaghy. Ball and all stuff from the Sharks centre.
Yeah, and the tackle had to be made too. They had the overlap on the outside. Donaghy beautifully came in and shut the movement down.
Well, there's a blue on now. Let's hope we don't see some of what we saw last night as they shape up. No punch thrown.
And the penalty has gone to Cronulla. And that is a cardinal sin to give away a penalty when you are in possession of the football. Let's just have a look what happens. Not a great deal, but it's gone to the Sharks. So they will have the last opportunity with only seconds to go.
It was certainly frayed. Brett Gillard conceding the penalty. Maybe he had a case, but the touch judge and referee Their judge and jury is now Gavin Jones. 35 metres out from the Chargers line, inside the final 60 seconds. Lee, well, they might even be contemplating a field goal.
The thing I like about this Cronulla performance, they don't get overexcited. They're just tradesmen-like. There's a good hit there front on from Martin Bella. But they're setting for something here, Andrew, right in the middle of the park.
Priester, Green. Well, they spread it wide, though, with Nikau. Oh, good tackle. That came from Brendan Hurst. Now they bring it back to the centre with Peachy. He goes for the grubber kick. He's been taken late, was he? And Armander's going to rule a penalty. Well, don't worry about the field goal. They'll get 2 from right in front.
I don't know. The tackle was made low by Marty Bella. Could he have pulled out of the tackle? He's a big man. Good play here again from Peachy, scooting out of dummy half. He chips the ball through. Try to run in the in-goal area. Yes, I'd say that was a late tackle. Very late.
Yeah. 4 or 5 seconds too late from Martin Bella. And he knows what he's basically done wrong, but he's cost his side 2 points. A kick right in front. And what was 12 points to 0 will become 14. And that will be an even tougher job for the coach when he come back after half-time. It's like waiting for your sentence. Here, the half-time siren has already sounded. Rogers with a kick from 11 out. Right in front. 40 points for 1996. An injury start to the year. He had Matt Rogers, but there's another 2. And Cronulla have completed a workmanlike half of football. Cronulla here at Shark Park, their home ground. They lead the Gold Coast Chargers by 14-0. We'll take a break and be back with more.
Monday on A Current Affair, the do-or-die battle to save Bronte.
There's no crumbs on the table.
She's wasted away to a shadow.
I just want to be normal.
Now it's a heart-wrenching race against time.
The risk to her staying here is death.
As her family's last-ditch plan swings into action.
I'm going to miss my little girl.
Plus a world exclusive with a kiss and tell CAD.
She was someone in deep distress.
Who broke Di's heart.
Yes, I adored him.
We'll be the first with his story.
I loved her desperately still.
Monday night on A Current Affair.
Chic FX Performer with its unique skin guard, lubricating strip, and even greater flexibility. Gives our closest, most comfortable shave yet. The new Chic FX Performer, changing the face of shaving.
Book a holiday during the Travel Travel Again sale and we'll give you something special when you return. A ticket to go away again. Yep, we'll give you a free return ticket to Melbourne, Brisbane, Canberra or the Gold Coast flying Ansett, Australia. So you can take off as soon as you touch down. Call 132-002 for a brochure or drop into your nearest Traveland today. Then Traveland Travel Again.
Old World Federation Suites. Save $300. Newer sofa bed styles and fabrics with a bonus sheet set. Save up to $200 on Sleep Neck and Miracoil. Get a bonus sheet set. Beautiful brass fittings on beautiful suites. Save $250. Solid timber colonial suites. Ask about our interest-free terms.
Think, Forty Winks. It's a real Japanese restaurant. Take off your shoes.
Uh-oh. Foot odour. Odour Eaters Insoles now have 3 odour destroyers to neutralise sweaty foot acid that causes foot odour.
No more foot odour.
Odour Eaters Insoles.
At Bridgestone, we have over 200 different passenger tyres with 40 different tread patterns. So we guarantee to have the right Bridgestone for your car. He's talking confidence with a capital B. B? Sure, Glenn.
Well, then we have another 40 minutes in front of us. Mitch Healey to start things for the second half. And the Gold Coast needing points, and they need them early. As topper for Whittaker. Confidantes, the coach for the Gold Coast. They've dubbed him the miracle worker in 96. Well, he has another one to perform, I guess, today with what he said at half-time. Is Goddard for Bella. Green tried to take him ball and all. Came out awkwardly, Paul Green. It was up a missed tackle for Paul Green. This is Whittaker. Ooh. Davidson, the arm was creeping up. Long did the heavy work in the tackle for Bella. Two front rowers have them certainly on the back foot, the Cronulla defence. Last tackle for the Chargers. Goddard, and Odenryan has the position for the kick. He stumbled. Now, can he get a good kick in? He doesn't get a good kick in at all. Fielded by Bateman. He gets past Silavale. Curry is there. With the Gold Coast, it was good up until tackle 5. Now, Donaghy. Well, the Sharks on the attack, 42 metres out from the Chargers line. The blind side with Treaster. They open up for Dean Treaster. Makes 15 metres. Cronulla edge a little closer as Green fires that pass for Healey. Skips out long with Nikau. Nikau then for Bell. The attack inside the Chargers 30 with Long. Long has stood in the tackle. His support player just overran. That was Davidson. Last tackle for the Sharks with Green. Here's the grubber from Green. They cover up, though, the defence. They did well, the Chargers. Mario Fennick on the sideline. What was said at half-time?
Yes, Andrew, in the Cronulla dressing room, Coach Johnny Lang was very happy with the discipline they showed. He said, we're completing our sets of 6, which is great. He said, we got the benefit of a bit of a breeze this half, so let's use it. He said, the words he used just before he wrapped up, he said, let's wind it up a bit now. He said, he felt that towards the end of the first half, they were maybe slowing down a little bit. In the Gold Coast dressing room, Coach Phil Confidantes, very calm about it. He said, you don't have to be too smart to work out where we're going wrong. We're just making too many mistakes. He used the word courage, too, in a lot of the time, a lot of things he was saying, and control the ball.
Goddard from dummy half to Kenwood. Now, will he get a bounce here? Davidson covers up, couldn't clean up, but cleaned up, though, by Rogers. Rogers with a chance, and Goddard, he's away from Goddard. Still with Rogers. 30 metres out from the Chargers line. Crowd like that from young Matt Rogers. Lee and Green. Now Healey. And Healey, on it comes for Bell. One more pass and the Chargers were in big trouble. In trouble, though, is Jeremy Sloss. He's been left behind as Donaghy, now 10 metres out from the Chargers line. They're down to 12 just for the moment, the Gold Coast Chargers, with Healey and Green. They're working now to the right with Nikau. Nikau with a fend on Kenwood. He offloads for Green. Green with a step. 12 metres out from the Chargers line. He's still going, Paul Green. And then puts a kick in, and Goddard accepts it.
Well, just didn't quite get onto that kick there, Green. What I like about his play there was he kept alive after he passed the football. The sign of a good halfback. Gets up, plays the ball quickly in front. Should nearly have had a penalty there. Kenwood held on to him and cleaned up by the Chargers.
I don't think half-time's been particularly kind to the Chargers. They really look as though they're about to be opened up. See a try coming from Cronulla pretty early on in this half as the last tackle signalled against them. This time they've got a option in their kick, and it's a good one from Hurst. A fine touch 36 metres out from the Cronulla line. And at least by getting Hurst back there, it takes some pressure off Odenryan, who really hasn't kicked well because he's had Cronulla chasers in his face.
Scrum will form 35 metres out, as you can see, from the Cronulla line. 2 tries, 3 goals. Makes up that 14-0 scoreline. We're now for Rogers. Elusive today, not that time. Kenwood, upending tackle on Matt Rogers. He's now back on.
And have a look at the way their forwards just keep rolling up. Here's Davidson coming around on the keep going again. Switch of play to Green.
And then Nikau. Nikau, the ball to Long, and in off his wing. It was a tackle, had to be made from Savage. Economides, the coach, Kyle Connor, the reserve grade man, is now Nikau. Away now for Green. He's got Rogers on the outside. Green is away. And Rogers come in off his wing, and Green was unaware and threw the pass on the outside.
It will work in Cronulla's favour here. I think we'll find that the Chargers have taken the ball over the sideline. So they will get the feed. And I think they'll score within a set of 6. Paul Green slipping through. Tries to pick up Matt Rogers. Is hitting the tackle at the same time. And then Whittaker slides over with Matt Rogers in attention.
Here comes another drive from the Sharks. And they've lost it. Well, Neil Harmon has to rule a knock on. He does. I know he was facing his own goal line, but it was knocked forward, certainly, from Bell. Have a look at it.
You wouldn't be real happy about dropping the ball off the first tackle from the scrum. Just a case of the ball slipping out of Bell's hands. It was a set play from Cronulla. The Gold Coast win the scrum.
Did throw the pass backwards, but it did towards the Chargers' goal line as here is Plowman. Long comes over the top. Treaster down below. Very impressive, the Cronulla hooker today, Dean Treaster. Here's Whittaker.
Well, he's on the end of a forward pack that is making considerable yardage in the middle of the ruck. Marty Bella tries to charge forward and gets the offload. That's what they need more of.
A shot out of a cannon as he tried to tackle Bella. Bella's been hurt. Now with Topper. The Chargers spreading the ball. Kenwood and Nikau. Curry on his outside. Curry now up to the 20. Fifth tackle for the Chargers, stringing a few passes together. One of the rare times in the match is Topper with a bomb on the last. Not a high one. Peachy's there. He's lost it. And Odin Ryan has scored for the Chargers. Armand will award it. And Odin Ryan has come up with a try against the run of play. I dare say the Chargers are back in it.
They are indeed, because this try should be converted. The kick was a good one. The chase was even better. Topper bringing the ball down right on the try line. Odin Ryan with his great speed got there in time, took the rebound. And we said there'd be tries scored today from the kick. There's the first.
Yeah, the high ball put up. It's always a bit of a lottery, the high ball. Odin Ryan, a good chase there. Plenty of speed shown from him. And out jumped the opposition to score the try for the Chargers. And they're back in this. They're just starting to offload the football a little bit more. Starting to get a bit of a roll on against Cronulla. Their defence has been a little bit lazy over the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, I told you Cronulla would score early in this half and probably in that last set of 6, which got through to about 1 tackle.
Well, we've had the Crushers, we've had Marty Belly, and now we've had the prediction of a Cronulla try.
So they said he should convert this too, which makes me feel as though they're going to be 4 points at the end of it.
So Hurst is the kicker of the football for the Chargers, the captain, leading point scorer last year. He's had a few clubs on his way to the Chargers. And they're with the Gold Coast now for 3 years. He won't get too many easier than this. 10 out and just off centre to get it back to 14-6. Certainly taking his time with a kick, but who will argue if he keeps popping them over? So Cronulla lead the Chargers here at Shark Park, 14-6.
Interested in something new?
I'm not pregnant. Who are you?
Be the first in the world to witness all new episodes of Central Park West.
I need to get pregnant, and I need it now.
With 3 sensational new characters.
Now you listen up, Laurence Olivier.
Plus the stunning Raquel Welch.
You're an extremely generous man for a total stranger.
The doors are out. All new drama.
A real Kodak moment, don't you think?
Now with Raquel Welch, Central Park West, Tuesday, 9:30 on 9.
If you're looking for over 3 hours of non-stop action, that's Rugby League. If you delight in rare footage that reveals the glory of days gone by, that's Rugby League. If you want the truth on the fierce rivalries from 100 years of the game, that's Rugby League. If you want what is hailed as the greatest football video ever made, that's Rugby League. Available from these department stores and video outlets, or you can order by credit card. Phone toll-free now, 1-800-817575. That's Rugby League, simply the best.
Right now, hundreds of people at Mercantile Mutual are thinking about your future.
What are you going to do when you grow up?
The sort of insurance and finance you might need.
What kind of car will you have?
And how changing economic conditions might affect your investments and superannuation.
What kind of job do you want? Job?
So, if you're with Mercantile Mutual, your future is in good hands.
At Target, we realise that not all women are the same. Some have long legs, some have shorter ones, and some have a different shape altogether. In our experience, there's no such thing as the average woman. Every woman is unique, and at Target, we treat them that way. We have a range of clothes to fit just about everybody. So no matter what shape or size you are, if you're a woman, get into Target.
Most us were expert to ontum or nutch, to nonven or oozen out to. A joint to worry out anymore. Us to go ops, mus and on tratori. Next time, tunk to square.
Nick Scali's $3 million stock clearance ends Sunday. This is your last chance to save 10 to 50% off. To clear all floor stock, Nick Scali will beat any advertised price. This weekend only at Nick Scali Furniture, Auburn and Tuggerah.
Welcome back with the Cronulla Sharks, up by 8 points. I don't know whether they feel threatened at this point, but that try should certainly shake them up.
Well, it's more important to see how the Chargers respond after they have scored a try. Here's a good run that puts them a little way over the 20-metre line.
Now Whittaker. Work from the kickoff from Sulavale. Here was the try again. Odenrine out jumping Peachy, juggled the ball on the way down, and a fair 4 points, AFL style. Now with Whittaker, able to stop the ball being offloaded. Bella, he's able to offload though this time. Back for Goddard. Goddard has lost the ball in the tackle. A little call into the microphone from the sideline from the touch judge, a knock on against the Chargers.
Yes, and Marty Bella able to offload the football again. Goddard making the mistake of trying to run instead of passing straight away. They had the numbers out here on the right-hand side. There's the dummy. And loses the ball in the tackle. There was a hand in there from Mitch Newton. Oh, not Mitch. Sorry, that's a howler. Mitch Healey, I mean.
Yeah, the old front row from Canterbury's got to run.
At least he's still playing the game, I suppose. Here's Pearce. Treesta inside the Chargers half with Denny Lee. Cronulla up by 14-6. This is Davidson. He's able to offload. Back now with Treesta. Goddard, hooker on hooker, making the tackle. Peachy in the dummy half. Now with Healey and Green. He kicks over the top for Nikau. Sulavale, very cool. Read the play yet again. Getting good value out of Henry Sulavale on the right wing for the Chargers. It's a caution going to come here. Neil Armand calling out Les Davidson, not for the first time in his career. It's been a long one.
He's got him for lifting. A hand between the legs there. I don't think there was any harm in that.
And up comes Marty Bella. There's 10 metres and able to offload for Goddard. I think appealing that Bella had been held, but there's still some movement. As here's Whittaker. Whittaker away from long. Now 30 metres out from the Sharks line. Well, the Chargers, the door is now ajar for them. 14-6 as Topper throws it for Sloss. Sloss over to offload for Nickel. And Nickel now 10 metres out, throws it inside. But the door was open, it just got slammed shut.
Just Let's just have a look here. Well, it's going to be a Cronulla feed. I was wondering whether Paul Green actually took the football. Jason Nikau trying to get the ball back in. And then Green touched it, but obviously the referee has ruled that the flick pass from Nikau went forward, and it was a knock-on.
Time, Nathan Long will go to the blood bin. Just a scratch on the right cheek. An appearance of an alpaca, Nathan Long. I tried to liken him to something, and it's an alpaca I've come up with.
A bigger cut shaving.
It's not our boss's son, is it?
No, one of those hairy goats.
What's the shove? What's the shove?
What an alpaca is. You been to the Easter show in the last couple of years?
Yes, I see they've got the world champion one in Australia just at the moment.
That's exciting. Well to run that by Mario. There's now Cronulla up over the 20. Peachy to the blind side with Davidson. The Optus man of the match today. Davidson certainly in calculations. Lee maybe not far behind him. Just short of the 40. Sharks end of the field. With Trista and Nikau.
They've certainly missed Greenhill today. They've got to go forward straight away from their big men up front, Lee and Davidson. And he's generally the third man that comes into the ruck to make the extra yards. Maybe better appealing to the referee.
They just went on too long in the tackle once again on Nikau, attempting to play the ball right down. He's just hurt his side here by giving away 40 metres and 6 tackles. Trista getting up very quickly, and here comes Bundy Davidson on the fly.
And Bundy gets inside the 20. The Sharks, Lee will follow up. Up to the 10, Whittaker and Sloss make the tackle. This is the testing time right now for the Chargers as Pearce runs one out away from the support, right in front of the Chargers posts. Healey wants it on the right. He's with it now. Bell in support. Here's Bell. 10 metres out. Bella makes a good tackle. Peachy. The pass from dummy half. A loose one for Green. Some Cronulla players with their backs turned, and the play breaks down. 15 out. Last tackle with Tawera Nikau for the Sharks. Healey. Plenty of time to steady for the bomb. He's kicked wide for Rogers. Standing under it is Savage. Rogers has knocked it forward. The Sharks claim a try. No, says Armand.
Knock forward there from Rogers. He was the first to the ball. A good leap from him, but he knocked forward. The Crushers will get the ball. Here's Marty Bella again. Been a mighty effort from Marty. He's been injured a couple of times. There's a knock forward from Matty Rogers.
Well, it's developing into a real battle. That was a chance for the Sharks. Unable to kick clear. Goddard.
Yeah, good decision there. Nikau never got in front of the man playing the football, and Goddard appealed to the referee as he was tackled. A concerned John Lang on the sideline. They're fairly comfortable at 14-0 at half-time. 14-6 now. Things are a little bit tighter.
And Danny Lee leaving the field. I think this is the first time I've ever seen Lee not complete a full 80 minutes. He's generally the man that goes the full distance for the Sharkies.
What's even more interesting, I think, is that Ben Sammet appeared to be his replacement there in 17. Nikau is also off for the Sharks, so 3 of their starting forwards now on the bench, Nikau, Long and Lee. As here's Whittaker, spinning away almost from a tackle.
I've got one of their albums.
Topper. Sterlo's on fire. Here's Kenwood. 30 out from the Sharks line. Well, a try here would certainly make things interesting. There's Gillard. 25 out now. The Sharks hold out the Chargers on the 20.
And again, the kick here is the option. They've had success. Stuart Topper, up it goes.
Back to the left. Well, the Chasers didn't have to run far because the kick didn't go a great deal of distance.
I still don't understand why Pat Savage didn't try and catch the football there. If he'd have caught it, he could have kicked the football again or flicked it back inside to a support player. All he was allowing it to do was to go over the sideline.
Yeah, I think he gave himself up of being offside there, gave Rogers an opportunity to catch the ball, and that's let Cronulla off the hook.
Going away from the scrum. Mario, what do you make of the Chargers at 14-6?
Well, they've straightened up a bit, haven't they, after that try? They seem to be completing more sets of 6. Look, I suspect Cronulla are doing just enough to win this game. In fact, you reported before that John Lang's come to the sideline. No doubt he'd be slightly worried.
Kenwood baffled by a penalty awarded by Armand.
Yeah, the blindside defence not getting back in time. It was a good pinch against the grain from Rogers to get the penalty for Cronulla, take the pressure off his team. Here's Jones.
Cronulla switching it to the blind side, and Pearce, determined run, forceful effort, inside the 40. Now comes Gavin Jones. Well, he trips over, I don't know what. Big man hit the ground hard with Healey. And they're on the attack with Dion Cope. 30 metres out from the Chargers line. They want play to the left side. Davidson calls for it and receives. And Davidson away from one of the veterans, Bella. Hardy went up and missed him by a good deal. As here's Treaster with Healey. He runs, and this kick wide across field. Rogers bats it back. Now with Bell, a second kick. He kicks over the top. Odenryan has it covered. Now will it pull up? Odenryan in his own in-goal area takes on Bell, and Bell makes the tackle.
Well, how long did it take him to get back to the football? Odenryan, he thought it was going to bounce over the dead ball line. And a good chase there, the second kick from Bell. There's the bat back from Rogers. Bell picks the ball up, chips through over the top, good chase. Look how long it takes Odenryan to get back onto the football. And cleaned up there by the kicker, Bell.
Well, they can't be too critical on Odenryan there. He was waiting to see whether the ball was going to go over the dead ball line. He realised that the chasers were going to arrive and keep him in there. The only option available is Davidson again. Tracks 3 defenders, 21 out. This is the danger time, sorry, Andrew, for the Chargers.
You say 17 hit-ups for Davidson as Long gets out of one tackle. The Alpaca 5 out. There's Treaster for Green, and now Healey. Healey fires it along for Bell. The defence is up in the form of Kenwood. Now back with Cope. Cope is trapped 10 metres out from the line. The Sharks with Matt Rogers. Now Jones, he's lost it. It slipped all the way out. 59 minutes gone. Sharks over the Chargers 14-6.
On 60 Minutes, the kids who grew up in England's House of Horrors.
Imagine your worst nightmare.
While they slept, their parents murdered and tortured.
Your father had asked you to dig Heather's grave.
I just hated him.
Now, their chilling story of how a community ignored their pleas for help.
I cried all the time.
Also, Jeff McMullen at the spectacle of Pushka.
Out here in the hot sandy desert.
The greatest animal show on earth. Toyota presents 60 Minutes, 7:30 Sunday.
Hi, I'd like to check out, please, room 604.
Certainly, sir. Let's see. That's a single room with ensuite for 6 nights. 4-room service, breakfast and lunch every day. A little wine with your dinner, I see. TV and video, daily newspaper, local calls, and a trip to the theatre. All that comes to absolutely nothing, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Goodbye, sir. I hope we won't be seeing you again.
With Medibank Private Blue Ribbon 100% cover, there are no additional hospital costs, so you can afford the comfort of individual treatment.
I feel better now.
The ultimate Blues State of Origin side has been commemorated in the ultimate State of Origin jersey. The biggest names in the greatest game of all have signed the jersey, which is presented in this sensational frame. Each signature is an original, just like the bloke himself. That's 13 original signatures and framed for $950. This is a limited edition of only 500. Phone 1-800-023-029 to order now. What do you know about Paris Mickey?
You already know about Paris Mickey's world-famous service.
And our huge range of designer frames.
And you know we have the thinnest and lightest lenses.
But what you may not know is that Paris Mickey is giving you $101 off the price of your new glasses.
Purchase a complete pair of prescription glasses and we'll take $101 off the total price.
And remember, you may be entitled to additional benefits from your private health fund.
Paris Mickey's with you all the way.
Buy now at Sleep City and get 12 months interest-free on no deposit. Yes, 12 months to pay with no interest on timber beds, brass beds, inner springs and bedroom furniture. Yes, no deposit, 12 months interest-free at Sleep City.
Sleep City, here we come.
Ansett Australia's Escape Deals. Now with an extended travel period till June 30. Escape to Hobart, $289 per person. Deal includes 3 nights twin share accommodation, so see your travel agent or call Ansett Australia on 131344.
I've always loved working with tyres. That's why I've got a Bridgestone tyre setup. So when you start with quality, you can't go wrong.
Now that's confidence with a capital B.
Capital B.
Welcome you back to Shark Park. Round 9 of the Optus Cup. Cronulla, hot favourites for 2 points at half-time, but making tough work of it after half-time. Right now it's the Chargers inside their own 10. The Gold Coast side, we heard all good reports about them heading into this match. Beaten last week by 42-0, but up until that game against Newcastle, certainly done themselves proud as Jones came over the top with a shoulder, planted one right on the chest of Hurst. Big contact.
That inspires his teammates there. Here it is again. Shoulder charge from Jones over the top. They look a lot worse than what they really are.
Odenrine, they're chasing the rabbit, and he gets the kick away. And Peachy from halfway.
Well, that was tremendous work from Lee Odenrine, although it's to be of no avail because it's a penalty against his side, but he was under all sorts of pressure to get a kick away and did so because he's got tremendous speed. This is the last tackle, both markers through, force him one way, looks as though he's going to be claimed there as he trips, somehow manages to keep his footing, drives the ball down.
It's a tight one because Peachy on an angled run left and right had probably gone 10 minutes.
Should have been play on.
Tough call from Armand. Now with Green, ball and all tackle. Stops that raid. 25 metres out from the Chargers line. Davidson away for long. He had to leap to take the pass. A rare appearance at dummy half for Les Davidson. Slow to release himself there as now Treaster. Switch back for Jones. This is better from Gavin Jones. 10 out from the Chargers line. Goddard and Whittaker the tacklers. This is the time to lift for the Sharks. Green. Half-time instructions we heard via Mario Fennick to wind it up. Well, now is the time. The Samet away for Donaghy. Donaghy straight through the centre. They hold him on the goal line.
Great tackle from Odenrine again. Now the last.
On the last, the kick into the in-goal area. Green dives and gets there too late. It's gone dead.
A good play there from the dummy half. Again, the chip through. He saw that Lee Odenrine had made the tackle in the middle of the ruck. No one at home. Here's the sprint for the ball. Any two of the Cronulla players could have scored, Green and Healey. Just a little bit too late over the dead ball line.
Sulavale hits it up for the Gold Coast. We should mention reserve grade today. Cronulla riding high in that competition, second on the ladder. They added to their tally with a 32-6 win over the Chargers. Score of no any of those proportions at the moment in the top grade as Whittaker carries it inside the Sharks half. Goddard, and now for Sloss. On the outside to Fuller, who's back on. Fifth tackle now for the Chargers. Goddard away for Topper. He kicks between winger and fullback. Rogers gets back though. It's sort of hung there in the air. First man through was Nikau and he makes the tackle.
Really developed into a fine young player, Matt Rogers. Positional play is very good. Confident young kid. Kick goals from all over the park and he's a good finisher. So he's really adapted to first grade and the pressure of it. Consummate ease.
Samet is driven into the ground there. The tackle from Gillard. A back slammer. Gillard comes up for a double. Good play from Brett Gillard. Good set of 6. Well, here's a penalty against the man playing the football and on the last. Well, could this be a turning point in the match? Mario Fennick on the sideline.
Yeah, let's not forget the Gold Coast Chargers are missing two experienced players in Dave Watson, the former Cronulla player who is a very experienced player. No doubt they miss him. And Jeff Alford too is another player of quality that they miss.
Penalty conceded for not getting to his feet. Can't argue with Armand. It's topper for Whittaker. So this match takes a twist. 64-minute mark.
They just haven't got that player who can make a break, albeit they have scored from a kick. That'll probably be on again. But around the halves, although he's played very well.
Sloss, oh, he's offloaded straight to Green. You're right, blocker. They tried Ellis early in the match and he got the hook early, and Topper's come on at halfback.
I'm not knocking him as a player, Andrew. It's just he hasn't got the same speed as say, a Paul Green.
Here it is, the offload close to the line. Nothing wrong with the pass, it went straight to Green.
Thing was, he had plenty of time. I know that's a slow motion replay, but he had plenty of time to pick out who the man was on his outside.
They might have played together in the juniors or something.
Cronulla now with Pearce. 40-metre line, last tackle. Chargers defence. Aiming up again this time is Healey. Spiralling kick, that's one bounce and over the sideline. Only centimetres in it. Don't get too much closer than that from Mitch Healey.
And Mitch Healey's kicking game hasn't been of the quality that we normally expect from him during this match, but this is a beauty. 50 or 60 metres on the fly, pinpoint accuracy, in fact probably too close for his liking. With the breeze, he's always the kind of player that can really take full advantage of that advantage.
Screwing well off the mark. Mohammed wants it again. Topper is now coming off the field.
I'm a bit surprised too. I thought they looked a little bit better out there with Stuart Topper at half. Kevin Ellis now feeding the scrum. Maybe they might have found room for both of them.
Chargers, own end of the field. Plowman is running the ball forward. Saw Nikau coming from the side. This is good stuff from Brett Plowman. Oh, and then he's lost it at the end. Well, what about the run? 20 metres, was swatting them off like flies, Brett Plowman. Now he's conceded a penalty.
And gave himself up. And gave himself up too. And a bit of back chat there too.
And all of a sudden, by marching a little bit further, they may kick for goal here as Brett Plowman, as he does so well, bursting through tackles, but as also can affect his game, the mistake at the end. She's a bull-like charge, all right. So too this one from Gavin Jones. Earns his side another penalty. The Chargers not back the required distance.
Well, it's a quick trip from the penthouse to the you-know-what. That's what the Chargers have done in the space of 30 seconds. They had the ball. They'd made a 20-metre run. Now they've conceded 3 penalties.
They're going to go for try too.
Well, I can't see the sense in kicking the ball back 8 metres. We'll have Gavin Jones tackled.
Gavin Jones.
After almost laying the ball. 4 metres short of where they would have taken the tap now.
Denny Lee, 15 out. Green. He's away from one attempted tackler. That was from Des Clark. Dykes filling in the dummy half roll with Nathan Long. They're only 5 metres out. The Gold Coast doing their best to hang on with Healey. Flying out of the line to make the tackle again was Clark. 5th tackle. Can they hang on for one more? The kick behind the line. Odenwright let it go and then cleaned up by Sulavale. Well, there's only a whisker in this one.
Well, Lee Odenwright had every right to take a slow run back to the football on the last occasion. Not so this time. You've just got to get down on it. Might have a bad back. It almost resulted in Adam Dykes scoring, could be the match winner.
Chris Curry hurtling his way over the 20. Now Gillard. Cowan Lee driving tackle. Goddard. Long came over the top. He had his target picked out, and he found it. Goddard, well, played it forward. The two tacklers were sorting themselves out. Goddard took another 10. Now Ellis gets a kick away. And where's the chase coming? There's 3 of them there for the Chargers. Bateman, he lines up, and Ellis makes the tackle. 2 Welshmen. Away for Peachy. Didn't see much free running from David Peachy today. Now, Jones. A dodgy proposition. That's Chris Curry nursing a shoulder on the right wing for the Chargers. Now Nathan Long. Kenwood goes high, and Long has spun out of the tackle. And the Sharks will know they've been in a match. It's a hard-fought 2 points if they're to get it, as Nikau cuts out 2 or 3 with a pass and doesn't really create any sort of advantage. Well, Bateman's just left it behind.
He's hurt his shoulder here. Landed on the point of his shoulder.
With Bateman in trouble, we'll take a break. 14-6.
Sunday night at the movies.
This place is gorgeous.
An enchanting story of a struggling family.
An angel is beckoning to me.
Adopted into a mysterious house.
I prefer living alone.
From the producers of Sarah Plain and Tall.
There are no pictures in the house. It's as though she doesn't have a past.
Maureen O'Hara leads an outstanding cast.
Is it a secret?
A brilliant television premiere for all the family.
Maybe there's a reason we're here.
The Christmas Box, Sunday 8:30 on Channel 9.
There's never been a better time to visit Homeworld 2, now with 96 homes in 1996, from 25 of Sydney's finest builders, including recently completed designs. Homeworld 2 has the homes, the loans and the land, and will even package them all together. Now's the time to stop dreaming and start building.
Where will you find your dream? Homeworld 2, where all your dreams come true.
Great Western Highway Prospect.
Eagle's Nest, this is Red 1, going in for refuel, over.
Then heading for home, Red 1.
Roger.
Low on time and low on fuel? Try Mobile Card Express. First, swipe your card, then fill up, and you're away.
This is Red 1, fueling complete. Did you remember to pick up the milk?
Card Express, the fastest way to pay at the pump, at Quicks and mobile service stations.
Buy now at Sleep City and get 12 months interest-free on no deposit. Yes, 12 months to pay with no interest on timber beds, brass beds, inner springs and bedroom furniture. Yes, no deposit, 12 months interest-free at Sleep City.
Sleep City, here we come.
Lindsay's preparing for a hard race. Fueling's critical. I see strong iced coffee. Fuel for the day.
Back at Shark Park, still treatment for Alan Bateman. Right shoulder. Charges another opportunity with Nikau. Can't get away from Healey. Time running out for the Gold Coast. Up to the final 10 now and down by 8 points. They're 25 out from the line with Brendan Hurst. He dummied to no one on the outside. It looked flash. They're now 18 metres out. Goddard with Kenwood. Now for Ellis. Ellis skips out a man with a pass to Plowman. That is a great tackle.
Well, he's the man they've got to get the football to, but he's got to come from depth.
Whittaker. Not looking to offload that time. They've used up 5 tackles, the Gold Coast Chargers. Ellis, he gets a chance for a bomb. It's coming down for Peachy. Odenrine leads the chase, and Peachy had time. And back to the 20-metre line.
Well, that's a give me, that one. Poor kick there from Ellis. No pressure whatsoever put on the fullback Peachy. An easy take for him to get his team out of trouble.
Let's take a sideline comment. Mario Fennick.
Yeah, when you consider the way Cronulla started this game, I thought on the sideline here it was going to be by how much, but the Gold Coast has showed a lot of commitment, and certainly they've achieved a moral victory, I believe.
I don't think you get too many points for that.
Pierce.
You stick your chin out, you get a hit here.
Nikau. I think we've all had punches landed today. Showing the bruises of another battle in the commentary boxes. Here's Healey on the last. He kicks over the top. Chance for Rogers, but back for it was Savage, and he gets away from Rogers. Good play from Pat Savage. He was standing deep, but the kick was deep. Goddard. Away now Sloss, and then Ellis, and Plowman, held onto the ball, now passes for Curry. Up over halfway, dummies, away from the support, back in for Sulavale. Jones makes the tackle. All or nothing for the Chargers as Sloss for Ellis, a dummy to Plowman. Lee makes the tackle. Where can a try come from? Goddard from dummy half. Away goes Jamie Goddard, good incision. Now 20 metres out from the Sharks line, Ellis. Kenwood for Odenrine. Tries to take them on. Back for Hurst. Now for Ellis. Good hands to Kenwood. Kenwood for Whittaker. Right on the Sharks goal line is held up. Good hands from the coast. And here's a try on the right. It comes out for Hurst and they score. Oh, the Chargers. They're charging home at 14-10.
Well, that's the best passage of play we've seen all afternoon. Almost should have scored the play before where Whittaker opted to go back infield. But magnificent football here. Just look at the way they keep the ball alive and pass the football to a man in a better position. There's Hurst, beautifully lofted. Ellis, the unders play to Kenwood. Then on to Whittaker. He had support on the outside. 3 Cronulla supporters do get there. And then it's realised that the long pass must result in a try. They've got a 3-man overlap and good hands for Hurst to score the try. And we've got a finish coming up here.
Yeah, you can put that down to a Goddard run in the middle of the ruck. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the football away. And then some beautiful hands. Chain passing. Goddard sums the situation up quickly. The long ball over the top, and they've got the extra man there. And that's an easy try.
Great movement there, the play before, wasn't it? Just keeping the ball alive, drawing and passing, putting players into gaps. And as you point out, it was started by the Jamie Goddard scoot for 30 metres up the middle of the ruck. And I wonder now whether the Sharks are starting to rue the fact that they didn't kick for goal on a couple of occasions at the other end of the field. This is Goddard, throws the dummy. It's shown how well Cronulla have defended in the middle of the ruck because he's one of the best dummy half runners in the game, and this is really the first time he's been able to find any space. And all of a sudden, Cronulla for the next couple of rucks were on their back foot.
Goddard's done plenty of defence today. He tops the tackle count with 28. And that was his best run with the ball in his hands. And Hurst with his kick at 14-10. They'll still need to score after this if they're to snatch 2 points. Hurst sprays it across the face, so it's a 4-point ball game. The Sharks are the ones in front. I reckon they're the ones under pressure. They were long odds-on favourites going into the match. Footy tab start was something like 17.5. And the Chargers just showing that they're the terriers of the competition. They just keep hanging in there. And Cronulla, what can they come back with? Healey, this kickoff is very deep. Back for Sulavale. So they don't want any errors, the Chargers. Sulavale, good defence from the Sharks. Trista had hold and Davidson dropped the shoulder, now with Plowman. Almost up to the 30, and now the defence, well, they have taken it up a notch.
And he's been the man that sparked the Chargers in the second half.
Sloss was taken wide, good ball and all stuff from Bell. Now Kenwood spun and then dives and loses the ball. Nikau comes up with it for the Sharks. So they've coughed it up They couldn't complete what was a critical set of 6 in the course of this match. As Pearce, Goddard over the top with a tackle. Now with Treaster and Long. Whittaker wraps up the ball. The Sharks, 29 metres out from the Chargers line. Away from dummy half goes Treaster. Shot down in the tackle there of Clark. Almost up to the 20. Green goes for a run from that point. Then he dummies. Paul Green standing. Not able to pass as Kenwood came over the top. Sloss around the legs. Away to the right side with Pearce. Pearce looking for his winger. Then passes for Rogers, and Rogers scores. Well, Pearce had 3 men on him. He had no right to offload, and Rogers has wrapped it up for the Sharks.
Yeah, similar effort by Nikau at the other end to set up their second try. On this occasion, it was Pearce who attracted 3 defenders. This is a mistake, and it gave the all-important possession and field position to the Cronulla team. Kenwood dropping the football, Pearce attacking the short side. A lot of defence there. He looks like he's going to be bundled into touch. 3 players there, and the flick out the back to Matt Rogers, and Kenwood, well, he didn't react until it was all too late.
Well, the problem there was no one wrapped up the football. Pearce, everyone trying to get him over the sideline there, the offload. And Rogers on the spot there. Felt a little bit sorry for the man who missed that tackle. He's played well for the Chargers today, Kenwood, but he made the mistake just a little bit earlier.
Well, Matt Rogers has been a shining light today. He's right in that light right at the moment. A couple of tries. 18-10. No real pressure for the kick. Taking it back 25 metres. Cronulla fans, while not vast in numbers today, they're still breathing a sigh of relief as Rogers boot to ball. Plenty of distance, not the direction. 18-10, the Sharks over the Chargers. That was a pretty good try. Andrew Pearce setting it up for that man on screen, Matt Rogers. Wonderful pass. I still don't know how he got it away.
A reminder, ladies and gentlemen, at the request of the players, please no one enter the playing field after the game.
Brendan Hurst, is he thinking short kick off here? Not for very long if he was. Back with Bell, up to the 30 for the Sharks as his match will wind down. Cronulla will know that it's been a hard-earned 2 competition points. 14-0 it was at half-time. We were thinking 13-plus result. Treaster, still heavy defence. That time from Gavin Whittaker. Out of dummy half goes Green. He's wrapped up by Goddard. 5th tackle for Cronulla.
Well, let's not forget that Cronulla have been without their star performer and attacking player Andrew Ettingshausen, also Greenhill today. So it has been a good performance from Cronulla considering that.
Well, it's been another match to whet the appetite for Monday night. Of course, State of Origin, New South Wales and Queensland. It'll be game 1 of the series. Check your local guides for time. You'll see it on your screens for Sydney and Brisbane viewers. Of course, it will be live. And a great even money bet that one will be as Goddard, just short of the 20. Not to be missed, the start of the 96 Origin series. Full-time siren has sounded. A kick over the top. Green doesn't want to say goodbye to the match. In fact, Green has made a break. If he can get a pass away, he doesn't. There was a try on. And that brings to an end 80 minutes of tough Optus Cup football. And Cronulla emerge with 2 competition points to take them to 12 on the ladder. Cronulla over the Chargers by 18 points to 10. We'll take a break, come back with our Optus man of the match with Mario Fennick on the sideline. Peter and Steve to wrap things up.
In tonight's edition of National 9 News.
A teenager accused of threatening students with a gun, the plan to put pokies in our pubs, and the Aussie race caller winning in America.
National 9 News with Gina Boone tonight.
The magic is back. David Copperfield returns to Sydney from May 28.
He had us mesmerised all night.
Absolutely magnificent.
It's astonishing.
Very charismatic.
Wonderful. You have to go.
The greatest show I've ever seen. David Copperfield, you're the greatest, mate.
Book David Copperfield now. Sydney Entertainment Centre or Ticket Tech. Phone 266 4800. Beyond imagination.
Has come along. My lonely days are over. And life is just song.
Where I can be cool, where I can be hot, where I can be up, where I can be down, where I can belong, where I can be happy, where I can be wild, where I can be free, where I can be me.
Who's gonna build your home? Where will you find your dream?
There's never been a better time to visit Homeworld 2, now with 96 homes in 1996, from 25 of Sydney's finest builders, including recently completed designs. Homeworld 2 has the homes, the loans and the land, and will even package them all together. Now's the time to stop dreaming and start building.
Where will you find your dream? Homeworld 2, where all your dreams come true.
Great Western Highway Prospect.
Nick Scali's $3 million stock clearance ends Sunday. This is your last chance to save 10 to 50% off. To clear all floor stock, Nick Scali will beat any advertised price. This weekend only at Nick Scali Furniture, Auburn and Tuggerah.
What do all these cars have in common? Bridgestone tyres, fitted as original equipment. So when it's time to replace, don't be sold on anything less. Just call into your nearest Bridgestone tyre centre. Now that's confidence, with a capital B.
The most controversial interview of the year.
I was immediately attracted to her.
As Di's lover tells all.
She had no one else to turn to.
A premiere special, Princess Di, James Hewitt reveals, Tuesday 8:30 on 9.
A match that Cronulla always seemed to have in their keeping, but in the end a little bit closer than they would have liked. 18 points to 10 after 80 minutes.